More Adventures of Jorbo and Mappy, author unknown. Jorbo and Mappy, two friends who left for an exciting journey one day, happened across a very interesting person. Looking just like a halfling, the man had lizard scales covering his entire body and two small little horns sprouting from the top of his head. He was chewing on a small wooden stick and would puff smoke between words. Interested at their discovery, the friends asked him if the man knew where to find adventure. Laughing and puffing smoke, the odd halfling introduced himself as the Draftling. He said he knew many different places where to find adventure and offered to show the two boys where to find it. Taking him up on his invitation, both Jorbo and Mappy followed him to adventures they never would have found on their own. The first interesting thing the Draftling showed the two boys was a goblin who could speak 3 languages. The two boys asked the goblin how he was able to do it, and the goblin pointed out that he had 3 tongues. When they asked where they could find more tongues, the goblin told them that tongues always hid away inside books. The goblin then offered to trade tongues with the boys. The boys had become rather accustomed to their own tongues, so they declined. The goblin nodded his head and told them that if anyone ever asked them for their names, they should never give it away. He said that if you give a person your name, you won't have one anymore, and you won't know what to call yourself. They knew this was wise advice. The Draftling patted the boys on the shoulders and said it was time to go. He had already finished eating the stick he was chewing on, and was now chewing on another. The Draftling told them that he would now show them other exciting sights. They told the goblin thank you and asked him his name, and the goblin said, "I don't know anymore." The Draftling would then take the boys to a grove of trees and told them to watch for what was about to happen. In front of them, there were really small people walking around. One group was a bunch of girls, and the other group was a bunch of boys. Every now and then, one of the boys would run over and pull one of the girls' hair, then run back to his friends. The two friends began to laugh at the sight before them. The Draftling popped them on the back of the head and told them to keep watching. After several more girls were made to cry after having their hair pulled, the little boys started laughing so hard that they didn't notice a cat had crept up behind them. As the cat crept closer and closer, the little girls refused to say anything, for they had their hair pulled by those mean boys. Soon enough, the cat pounced on all the little boys, causing them all to scream for their mothers. Right at the moment its mouth was about to gobble up all the boys, the Draftling waved his hand and the cat disappeared. The two friends asked the Draftling what had just happened. The Draftling smacked his head and sighed, then told them that he showed them what happens when people are mean. He looked at them, chomped on the stick for a moment, and said not to pull the girl's hair or maybe they might find a big cat standing behind them. The boys quickly nodded their heads, for they understood that. The Draftling then told the boys that they would need to find their own adventures, for it was time that he went home. He brought them back to where he found them and said goodbye. Before he left, however, he told them of a few places where they could find some interesting things, gave them a wink, and was gone. Jorbo and Mappy immediately started running for the place where the mysterious halfling had pointed out.